The Play's the Thing, with your host, Judy Sleed. Judy's special guest is Haim Mizrahi, host of LTV's show, Hello, Hello. Now here's Judy.
Hello, everybody. Hello again. Although this show is not called Hello, Hello. I'm just saying hello to Haim. This show is called The Play is the Thing. Hello, Haim.
Hello, Judy. Thank you for asking me to come on your lovely show.
I'm so happy. Well, I wanted to get you for the longest time. I remember when you asked me to come on your show, and now you're coming to my show. Isn't that something?
Yes. And I was just mentioning before we talked about how when you first came up with the idea and how enthusiastic you were and pretty successful in achieving it, and that goes to speak for public access, how accommodating and possible it is for just about everyone. So that's wonderful.
It is, and I took advantage of it.
Yes.
Yes, I did. And you are such a talented fellow. I don't know if I should tell everybody how I met you. I mean, I hired you to paint the house.
I'm very proud of it.
And then you told me all about yourself, that you have a TV show, and you're an artist, and you're a writer, and you dance and sing.
and jump and make funny noise.
You're not going to dance and sing for us today?
No, no.
Well, okay, because we don't have any place to do it anyway.
Good.
So tell us about how long have you been doing the TV show Hello, Hello?
Almost 5 years. Hello, Hello, and producing at LTV since about '88, so about 17 years. But I guess the end of 2000 I took over after Fraser asked me to. It was difficult at first and didn't sink in. It took me about 2 years for it to sink in.
But you get up every morning so early.
Yes.
I just don't know how you do it. I can't get up in the morning. I'm having very difficult time getting up in the morning. You have to build a fire.
I became an expert at crawling, so when I get off bed, it's all crawling.
And then you crawl
on the
into
floor.
the studio.
No,
and
I
then
crawl.
Somebody helps you. Lisa helps you stand up.
No, actually, no one is here when I get into the station.
Oh.
So there's a lot of, sensation of power to come into a place such as LTV, soaked with energy and memories and activity and creativity and everything. Just to be the first one is symbolically one of the main factors of why I'm doing the show, because I love this feeling of.
You feel like a king.
Yeah, well, I don't know about a king, but I feel like.
I should have brought you a crown.
Special.
I will bring you a crown once, and you're going to wear it.
But yeah, we love to have you on the show. You remember with your children's book? You're very creative. Actually, that was the first interaction when I was painting your house, and then we talked, and your book came, and the book I did, all of that came into. So I guess you know a lot about the creative process.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and I always like to be among people who are as creative as I, so then something will rub off, and I will create again.
Yes.
Yes. So I have this postcard here with your painting, and we're going to show it to the everybody else who's watching.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really very beautiful. These are my favorite color combinations. Brown, in the brown color, all the shades in the brown, and a little orange in it, and black.
Yes, and
really beautiful.
This is actually a zoom in on a 4 feet by 12 feet. And of course, most people say Jackson Pollock. And And what else?
Is that the way you do it, like he
no,
did?
No,
you stand up on a ladder and you
I'm
throw
not
the
afraid.
paint.
I'm not afraid of the association. You know, the thing is that Jackson Pollock is dead, and I'm alive.
Well, that's...
And Jackson Pollock cannot do anything about it any longer, about anything really. You know, we're
you
the living.
Have the same
No, I mean, if you were,
ideas.
I don't. Well, show me someone who's not influenced by Jackson Pollock or others that are super, you know.
Everything in this earth has been done. Everything that we do is just to repeat in a little different form.
I know, but it's so easy to be, you know, to lose focus. You know, the focus is that you're going to have to face a decision-making process. And whatever you do, art especially is very tricky. It demands decisions. I don't care how talented you are, you have to decide. So everything I do is really on the basis of decision-making process. I do, I decide, therefore something happens. So the result, per se, whatever resembles Jackson Pollock or others, are irrelevant, really.
It's true.
And I thrive on the creative process rather than the results, because it's a series of results, constant results. And that's the way we should look at it, I think, you know.
And I have seen many of your paintings. It was displayed once in the bank, all those circles. I recognize that. That's yours.
Yes.
It has your signature.
You came to many of my openings.
Yes.
With
and
Mary Jane, remember?
Yes, and we were dancing.
Yes.
And you also play, what instrument do you play?
I play drums.
Drums.
Yes, especially African drums now.
Really?
Yes.
A different drum.
Yes, drum sets and hand drums.
And
so.
do you always play with the same people?
Well, it depends. Here, for the most part, yes. But when I travel back to Israel, I'm much more active musically.
Are you really?
Yes, because I don't really work there that much, if at all. So when I visit 8 to 10 weeks, I have a traditional art show in the winter in Jerusalem. And then I record twice a week and play with people, so...
oh, you do recordings?
Yes, yes.
CDs?
I self-published many. I have about a dozen albums that I published that are experimental by nature. But,
I didn't know that about you.
yeah, the music is a big part of my life.
So when did you say you go back to Israel? You were born there?
Yes, I'm fourth generation in Jerusalem.
Fourth generation?
Yes.
And where did they come from?
They came from Turkey.
Turkey?
Yes. And you know, very much to say they're like the Sabra type, you know, Sabra, that's the pure Israeli breed.
Yes, yes.
The freshness of the forest, the mountain, and the desert combined, you know, is incredible.
And when did you come to the U.S.?
1983, I arrived to East Hampton.
Directly from Jerusalem to East Hampton?
Almost directly, 2 weeks in Manhattan.
And what brought you to East Hampton?
I still don't remember. I was a physical therapist. I mean, I still am. I don't practice it, but I guess that had a lot to do with it, with arriving here. And I made some really good friends. Most of them are, you know, passed away already. I mean, they were elderly people, you know. When I was like, I arrived here when I was, I guess, 22, 23. They were like early 60s, so. But I had a very special group of friends who taught me how to love this place and appreciate it and respect it and see beyond the glamour and money. And early on, I managed to get rid of the surprise and astonishment because there's so much money, you know.
Yes, there's a lot of money around, especially during the summer.
Yeah, but there's a way to enjoy things that don't cost a penny.
So where do you usually have, or where do you have your shows, your art shows?
Well, I have my traditional art shows at Ashwa Hall every year.
Ashwa Hall.
Bank of New York, when they're generous enough to rotate monthly artists to show their work, which is very generous. That's on Main Street, East Hampton. Starbucks in Bridgehampton. Now and then whenever you can show at Guildhall for the members. A Depot Gallery in Montauk, which I'm a member of the association. Now East Hampton Studios, September 2nd. And that's also by the generosity of Fraser Dougherty that allows me to use the place. But it's going to be a one-day event, a lot of work for one-day event.
Is it going to be only yours, or
Yes.
you have other people?
Only one. I'm going to show 21 pieces that range from 4 feet by 12 to 12 by 16 or 18, I don't remember.
It's
9 by 15s, a few 9 by 15s. So East Hampton Studios is the place to put 21 large pieces, such as the ones I have. So, you know, it's a huge place. And it humbles me because there's so much work that would lead to one evening, one night. That's all there is to it. And you have to accept the idea that the high is very short and the work is incredible. So that's pretty much...
You seem to be very ambitious. I don't know when you ever sleep.
I sleep at least 4 full hours a night. And when I say
4?
full, yes, when I say full, I mean I sleep 100% of 4 hours, and it equals 65% of 8 hours, or something, or 50%.
So you are enough, 4 hours of good sleep is enough for you?
Yes,
it keeps you going all day?
It's enough, yeah. I mean, sometimes, if I want to, really, if I have a day off, it's 6, 7 hours maybe, you know.
Yeah, some people don't need that much.
My Tai Chi master.
Who?
I have a Tai Chi master in New York City, and he slept only 4 hours for the last 38, 40 years. Because when he goes to sleep, 4 hours are absolutely clean and full. He doesn't even move. He wakes up in the morning the same way he went to sleep. It's unbelievable. So you get a lot of rest.
Not only that, but you have all those hours, extra hours to do things, to create.
Yes.
And you also had written a little poetry book?
Aphorism, book of aphorisms.
Aphorism.
Yes.
Can you explain what that is, aphorism?
Well, that was, first of all, self-published. And I know almost everything.
Oh, there it is on the screen.
And I know almost everything there is to know about self-publishing, going through publishing this book myself. And with my girlfriend then, very talented Alicia de France. So I was, she was the designer, I was the editor, and we, I would say, put about 500 hours together and went through all the phases of putting books together manually, experimenting, doing wonderful things, and incorporating my artwork into the design of the book. So original aphorisms with art book, and it's a part of a series that's called a snack for your mind. So you get packages of 3 books that are, there's no simple way to say simple things. It's called the title, and the subtitle is A Snack for Your Mind. So it was a wonderful way to have this book incorporate art and aphorisms. And
Addicted to apples? I could be addicted to anything.
No, it's like if Adam tasted from the apple tree, how come we're not addicted to apples?
Oh.
But, or something, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I think, you know, because my artwork is incorporated in the book, you can show this book or sell it in galleries. So, but there's a lot to be said about self-publishing. It's, I think anyone should go through that. It's a fascinating process.
Should or should not?
Should.
Should.
Absolutely should.
Well, if they feel like working, it's a lot of work.
Yes, but then at some point it becomes mostly fun. You know, once you know, just get your ISBN numbers. When I bought a dozen when I first went to purchase ISBN numbers, and just experiment. Go buy the same size or buy whatever book, and you know, just have the hardcover and start gluing things together in pages. You know, with computers you can get the size you want, the shape you want, whatever. You can glue. It's a very easy process. And then so when we send...
But you could give classes in that.
No, I'm not that.
Why
I can give classes of you know, how to encourage people to consider the alternatives constantly. I can definitely teach people about that.
Well, okay. What number should they call?
Well,
Call
they should
Studios.
they should come to the show Friday, September 2nd. It starts at 7 and it's going to go until the wee hours of the morning. It's going to be jazz quartet from New York City, percussionists, the African percussionists. There's going to be some, you know, wine and beer and hors d'oeuvres, whatever it is, and a
here
DJ.
at Eastern Studios.
Right next door to LTV. And then there's a DJ that's going to kind of finalize the... But you know how it is. East Hampton Studios is humongous. I mean, 400 people would not even show there. It's a huge space, so it's scary. But at least I know there's room for my artwork. Which I mean, where else can you show such large pieces?
Oh, not in my place.
It's so funny, Judy. Really, not in your place? Okay.
Very small.
Yes, very small. So, yes, I think I can teach people about considering the alternatives because, you know, that's what I'm focused on.
And you could make, how much would you charge for a lesson?
For a lesson? First one free.
First one, that's a come on already. But then the rest.
And the thing is that maybe after the first one you won't need any more lessons. No, it's like, what's going on? Like, where's that come from?
I don't know what they're constructing something.
You see, my phone is ringing. Can you believe it?
And it's not me. I'm not calling you.
This is real life TV here.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to turn it off. But the point is that I think that people should, in a way, consider their options.
There are so many of them.
Start gently, you know.
Yes.
And you'll be amazed how many options there are. And you'll be amazed how you never take advantage of the fact that there are so many options. You just kind of...
That's true. Because it's people are afraid. I mean, they probably not sure how to do it, and they don't know where to ask. And then they said, oh, I can't do this. It's not going to be good. So people have like pre-thought ideas about why they should not, instead of saying why they should.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. But what I mean, what I'm focused on is how to benefit from, you know, almost like the presence of Cloud 9 should be a given, you know? You know what I mean by saying that?
The presence of Cloud 9 should be given.
Yeah, should be a given. Because it's all about people do not appreciate the rewards they get in life, you know. They're not aware of what they do and what kind of rewards life gives them. And, and the rewards is like Cloud 9, you know. That's the Cloud 9 scenario.
Well, I guess most people consider reward in the form of money, not to be in Cloud 9.
Well, I mean, you know, if you're an artist like myself, and I do consider myself as an artist, and a lot of people don't even want to talk about it. I don't consider myself as an artist. But, you know,
if you're
an artist. We're all artists anyway, and especially if you do art and creative art, then you're an artist. And so I do consider myself as an artist. What was I saying anyway to begin with?
You were talking about Cloud 9.
Cloud 9.
The pink cloud, not the rain cloud.
I would say, as an artist, yes, there's room for meticulousness, you know. There's room to place a technique to put a technique in place. That we don't have to stop every time something comes our way, a breakthrough, and rearrange things all over again just so something new happened and we're not ready. We got to be ready, so much so that we don't have to make any adjustments every time there's an opening or a breakthrough that comes our way. They will be immediately available. And that takes a technique to put in place. and that helps you consider the alternative, helps you look further to the right or to the left or deeper or whatever it is, you know, but really try hard to scratch the surface, you know, try and climb. I don't know. So many things are involved in doing it, but the initial approach is very simple and very achievable. To find yourself already there, sitting comfortably and knowing that whatever hits you, and you know, in life a lot of things hit you, and a lot of things are completely missed because you're not in that mode, or not in a compatible mode. So it just brushes against you. It doesn't do anything really. And many people, I mean, the privilege is universal. It's not individual. Individual is for those who either anticipate it's coming or know it's out there or looking for it, or once it hits them, maybe they're really aware of what it is, so they manage to salvage some of it. And
yes. Well, that's great. You see, people who are watching, this is what you could learn and more. This is like the beginning of it. So when you give classes, people will sign up and they will feel better about themselves, and they're going to produce more of what they don't know they have. See this pin? My daughter made this.
that's a wonderful pin.
She's an artist also. And I wear this and I get a lot of compliments on it. Can you see it? And you really can't buy this anyplace. It's only one of a kind. One of a kind.
Very good.
So, what type of music do you play?
Well, originally I was trained to play jazz and jazz rock, fusion. You know, I grew up listening to Weather Report and Return to Forever, Joe Zawinul, McLaughlin, Chick Corea, and
Are those names or languages?
yes, they're actually languages also, because Chick Corea is responsible for a language, Joe Zawinul is responsible for a language, and so many, and John McLaughlin, and of course a range of drummers all the way from Steve Gadd to Dennis Chambers. You know, they're like the greatest drummers in the world. And also in the last 5 years I became more acquainted with African drums, djembe, so I'm very passionate with it. And I've been giving workshops with working with kids with drums and canvases, and incorporating the involvement of, let's say, there's always room to see the parallel between a painting and a musical instrument and an empty page with a pen. So associations of words with colors, with sounds, with rhythms, you know, working with kids, they're so compatible with it. It's wonderful.
I love to work with kids.
I might work with a group of people from Project Most, and with the initiation of Tim Bryden. I will be giving after-hours workshops with drums and paints and canvases and brushes
and where are you going to hold this?
Probably at the John Marshall School, somewhere there. I was just talking to Tim Bryden today, and
that's in Sag Harbor.
No, that's in East Hampton.
Oh,
in East Hampton.
Sorry, everybody.
And I'm in
it's in the Hamptons.
It's in you're very funny today, Judy. But I worked with you know, the summer music camp with the Baker brothers in Sag Harbor.
Oh yes, I
worked
know
with
them
their
well.
groups. Yes. So twice I did it with the kids there. It was very successful. I even did it one session with some kids at Ross School, and so you know, I love to work with kids. They're so. And I don't want it to sound too much of a cliche, kids, you know, but they're like the real deal.
They are.
They're the future. They're the present. They're the future.
Yes.
And they can understand what you're talking about. There's no way you can overwhelm a kid because you're sophisticated. It's not going to happen.
No.
They're so natural, and And because I do always look for the alternative, for the additional, for the beyond, then kids get you closer to that faster. They help
Yeah,
you.
they are so, their expression on their faces, it's so wonderful. They appreciate, they love to learn. They're like sponges. Everything they're interested in. They want to learn everything. And I get such satisfaction when they learn what I teach them music, piano.
Mm-hmm.
And I do plays with them sometimes. And they're really wonderful, wonderful. I have a magazine here that I brought from home.
Should I help you?
No, you're gonna lose your mic. Let me see, there's, do you know who this is?
Yeah.
Can you see this? Can you make a close-up on this? Yeah.
Yeah, that's, what's her name? Elizabeth Taylor.
Right. Can you guess what year this magazine came out?
Probably early 50s.
So anybody who would remember, who would guess what year this came out, could write to us. And I'm going to collect all the letters and put it in a fishbowl and pick one name out, and then that person could be my next guest.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah, I'm surprised you, and this is so many interesting. I just took this out, and all those pages I'm going to, like here is one, Betty and Charlie. I bet they don't even give second names. Betty and Charlie. Well, would you believe that this is a...
That's Hollywood yearbook?
Yeah, it's a yearbook. I have a whole box full of them.
Yes.
And it's been such a pleasure. Would you believe a half hour is up? It's a short show, not
yes.
like yours. You're on for an hour and a half?
Sometimes an hour. Actually, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, 1 hour. And Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday, 2 hours.
Well,
Channel 20, 7
thank you for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye. I wave to everybody. Bye. Isn't this a pretty song?
Yes, it is. Everything's very lovely. Very good.
It was very, very nice.
Yes, it was very nice.
I'm so happy finally.
Yeah, we made it, huh?
Talked about it so many times.
Yes.